Park in downtown Memphis. We're joined now by head coach Daron Schoenrock. First of all, Coach, very disappointing Game 3 loss there. 2 outs, 2 strikes on a couple of occasions, but a 2-out error. And 2-out errors usually don't hurt you in the middle of a game, but it always seems a 2-out error somehow come back to haunt you in the ninth inning.
Yeah, that's a play where, Ethan hadn't been at second very much. He's got to let the first baseman know that he's there. We had him in the 4-hole a little bit, and then that becomes a 4-3 put out. So a little miscommunication on that, and then once TJ gets the ball, then it's got to be the pitcher covering. So, but you got to credit East Carolina. They once you give them a crack of daylight, they got their swings off the end, and we threw a 2-strike pitch to the backstop that I'm still scratching my head over. But really, it's a hurting team right now because they scratched and clawed and fought for 18 innings a day.
Yeah, they just got the swings off, and good teams do that. You give them a crack. We've seen our teams do that in the past in 06 and 07, a little bit this year. When you leave a crack open, they're going to walk through that door. But let's go back to Game 1 now, a 3-2 win. That evened the series up. Yeah, that was a tooth-and-nail game. You got a run in the 7th inning off an error that they made. Freebies today, and I thought it would be in the series with the pitching, that some errors, a wild pitch or something would play a factor. It played a factor in all 3 ball games.
All 3, and that's you'll see that more and more in these low-scoring games where you can trace it back to 1 or 2 things that you give away defensively. But big win in Game 1 for our guys. We elected to go to Ben pretty early in that game, a little earlier than normal, and decided to ride him out, and it paid off.
It was a pretty good decision, I thought. Holland, a breaking ball guy, left-hander, went to Ben, who is a fastball slider guy. Gave him a totally different look over the last 3 2/3.
Yeah, they had to adjust. Sometimes it takes 5 or 6 outs to adjust, and then once they did, Ben got settled in a little bit and took it home. So, we rode him pretty hard there. A little 2-inning midweek outing, and then some extended work today. So. But he really pitched with a lot of heart today in Game 1.
Clayton Gantt did not have his best stop, but he had a great outing because when you don't have your best stop, you really got to gut your way through it. He scattered 10 hits and walked 3 guys, but he gave you 6 2/3.
Yeah, I gave 6 2/3. We made a couple of pretty key defensive plays. Robbie threw the guy out of third, and we threw a guy out stealing. So we stole some outs defensively for Clayton. It's kind of a tough zone to pitch to today. We didn't know in or out, up or down, and it changed around a little bit. But he hung in there and giving us 6 2/3 without his good stuff was a good day for him.
Well, you come through one of the toughest stretches of the season, 4 road games this week against 12th-ranked Arkansas, 31st-ranked East Carolina. You get 1 win out of it. You got the important win because it was in conference play. So you're still above 500. You're 1-2 in the conference. You've gotten a road win in the conference, 12-10 overall. You have a 10-game homestand. It's going to be a very big homestand. Could be kind of a make-or-break 2-week period, and I believe you've got something like 17 of the next 21 at home as well.
Yeah, we get back home for a while now, and it's been a tough stretch to go through, and some young guys have been on the mound in some key moments, and hopefully they grow up from this. But I think you'll find our team hungry to get back home, and anytime you can sneak one on the road, you want to. You get greedy when you take a lead in the 9th and look to win a series. That's what hurts right now is we're that close to winning the series here, which is tough to do. This team's gonna be very good at home in conference.
The good and the bad is you had to play a doubleheader. The bad thing is you don't like to play a doubleheader. The good thing, you're going to get an extra day off. It's been a long week with the travel and the 5 games and the 4 days, 4 of those on the road. But you get tomorrow off. Most of it will be spent in Greenville, but you don't have to play. You don't have to play again until Wednesday. The bad part about that is I know you'd like to jump right back into conference play. It's going to be your off weekend. You'll have Alcorn State this weekend, Valley on Wednesday for a doubleheader. So you got 2 weeks. 2 weeks till you're able to get back into conference play.
Yeah, and the focus is going to be to lock in for those 2 midweek games and those 3 games next weekend, just like they were locked in for these 3 games. Our club stayed on every pitch this 3-game series, and they got to take that intensity into every game from here on out.
Thought maybe one of the best overall teams in the league. Rice, of course, always top 25, but East Carolina's got a team with their pitching that could win this league this year. You hung with them for 3 straight games. The team's got to be looking forward to getting back into conference play.
Yeah, they're dominant on the mound. They're serious strike throwers. They put a lot of pressure on the hitters, and you got to move balls. They locate very well, especially with 2 strikes. So you don't want to get in a lot of 2-strike counts, And I thought in Game 1 today, we attacked him pretty well. We attacked Wright pretty well. We didn't get him in a lot of 2-strike counts. So that was the difference. Is Brandt settled in there a little bit, and we were a little bit more passive with him with the lefty, but tough. Our team's hurting right now, and I'm anxious to get down there with him and talk with him.
All right, well, we'll let you go, Coach. As always, we appreciate you coming up.
Thanks, Jeff.
Head coach.